Hey yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Chad back with another video, man. And this video, we're going to be talking about the Supreme Court overturning affirmative action. So basically, what affirmative action is, right? It's the practice or policy of favoring individuals belonging to groups regarded as disadvantaged or subject to discrimination. So, in a nutshell, this really affects minorities or people who others deem don't have the, I guess, resources or don't have the opportunities to try to get into like prestigious colleges and things like that. Now, first off, I'm not going to get into all the, Democrats melting down, liberals melting down, none of that. I'm strictly going to go with my take on it all. As far as it goes for affirmative action, at one point in time, like let's say when slavery was, just ending, black people and minorities were trying to get up on their feet and things like that, I could understand affirmative action because, we need some type of help to get ahead, catch up, be able to get the education, the resources we need, all that extra stuff. But in 2023, this literally makes no sense for us to have affirmative action. First off, for the Supreme Court ruling this to be unconstitutional, this was like you could see on the horizon, this is unconstitutional. I mean, they just kept kicking the can down the road with this decision to actually overturn it. But like once they overturned Roe v. Wade and they said it wasn't constitutional, this was next. Because you can't have some policies in place and say, oh, we're going to accept these people into colleges and things like that just because they're black or they're Hispanic or they're this and that. And what is so funny about the affirmative action is, it's supposed to be for minorities to be able to get ahead. Not get ahead, but for minorities to be able to get into these colleges and stuff because they say they're predominantly white and a certain percentage of black people need to be in and minorities need to be in. But it's like at the same time, they're not letting people in for merit because in my eyes, when you apply to college, to me, you should just have you put your name, you put why you want to go to the school, you send in your transcript with your transcript with your grades, and you put your GPA, and that should be it. You shouldn't put, and you put your, whether you're male or female, you don't need to put your race. Because at the end of the day, this is just based on merit. So like, if the school's saying you have to have a 3.8 GPA to get in and your test score has to be this test score, if you don't have that, then why would you expect to get in? And letting you in and you don't have any of the credentials to actually get in, but letting you in just because you're African American and they're trying to meet a quota, to me, that does more harm to you because you're going to be put into an environment that you're not actually ready for. Rather than just going to an environment that you meet the merit of, you happen to be black, and you get in, or you happen to be another minority, if that makes sense. But just letting you in, just because you just letting you in for affirmative action, we got to have more black people here. It's like, that feels a little panderish. Like, if you worked hard for it and you get in, congrats. But letting me in just because I'm black, it would be like you do a whole bunch of testing, right? And you run a test score, right? And they say you got to run this mile in 10 minutes or less. Everybody who has the merit to run the mile in 10 minutes or less, they get to the finish line. You run it in 8, and they say, we got to let you in because you're black. We know you didn't meet the requirements of 10 miles or less, 10 minutes or less, but we got to let you in because you're black or you're a minority. And then on the flip side, you have Asian people who, they say are a minority, but they score so high that they're not accepting them because their test scores are too high. Same thing's happening to white people. They'll apply to these prestigious colleges, and because of affirmative action, they're actually discriminating on their skin color to discriminate for other people's skin color, the minorities, to let them in without having the merit and blah, blah, blah. Now, I do understand that, some people are going to say, well, if it's a white candidate and a black candidate and they both have the same merit, they're always going to choose the white. Okay, two things can be true at once. Yes, that does happen. It may happen. It still does not matter. The bottom line is no one should be discriminated against from getting into a college or a university, prestigious or non-prestigious, and they don't have the merit. Like, I get to a point where I get sick and tired of like black people falling for the pandering to them. You know what I mean? Because I'm black, and for me, I don't. Yes, I see race. We all see color. I mean, I see white people, black people, but I'm not finna go out in the world and work harder because I'm black and white people have it. No, I'm gonna go out in the world, and I've never ever liked that saying. Like, I hate when I hear people say, "Well, because you're black, you gotta work harder than everybody else." No, I don't. I'm black. I have to work hard. Period. Everyone in this life, if you want to obtain stuff in this life, you have to work hard. Literally, the Bible tells you, like, without faith produces works. Without works, like, what faith do you have? So I have faith that I'm going to make it in life, and I'm going to produce some work, and I'm going to work hard. I don't have to work harder than everybody else. If I meet the qualifications and I don't get the opportunity, I'm not going to go, it's because I'm black. No, I'm just going to be like, you know what? This may not have been the opportunity for me. Did I put in my best effort? Yes. If I put in my best effort and I still ain't get the opportunity, then it just wasn't for me. It's nothing I could have done differently. But if I'm slacking or I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do and then I don't get in, I'm going to be like, it's my fault. I'm not going to blame the white man. I'm not going to blame the Asian man. I'm not going to blame the Hispanic man. And I'm definitely not going to say, oh, like if I didn't meet any of the standards to get into some place and they were to let me in there anyway, I would be like, dang, like, can I even do this work? It's just like having a job. You applying, not having none of the credentials they ask you. They hire you and you don't know nothing to do on the job. And they say, well, we hired you, due to affirmative action. We needed more black people in here, more black faces. Like, why have a group of black faces or minority faces and they don't actually have the merit to be there, and they actually end up looking worse than if you were to put them into an environment that they're fit for, where they can thrive and excel? That's just my personal opinion. So back onto the affirmative action thing, like, this was pretty cut and dry. Like, if anybody you see is upset over this affirmative action thing, they just aren't realizing, like, what a constitution is and what's considered constitutional and unconstitutional. The fact that you have basically like a policy or some type of thing in place that says we're going to judge based on skin color because we feel like you guys can't earn anything yourselves and we just need more minority and diversity. Who does that do a service to? No one. It does a disservice to everybody. You start excluding groups of people because they have merit. They just happen to be a skin color that, is white or Asian. Then you're letting in people who have a certain skin color and you're just taking merit out of it and just saying we just need percentage points to look cool as a college. That doesn't make sense. And this isn't the first time this has been overturned or overruled. California they've done away with affirmative action for like 20 years now. So it's like, I don't really get it, bro. I see different things happening in the world. I see different things happening in society where people are getting outraged about everything. But then if you just take a step back and just look at it for what it is, this benefits more people. First off, if you want to get into where you want to get in, you're going to have to get what it needs to take to get in. Simple. Saying them saying, oh, black people, they're not going to get into these colleges now. It's like, so y'all think that black people aren't capable of getting into these places. Y'all think that black people they don't have the smarts, they don't have nothing. They need someone to choose them just based off the skin color because they don't have the merit. Or any minority at that fact. But anyways, man, leave a comment down below on what you guys think. I hope I did not ramble too much in this. I hope you know my stance. I think that this is a good thing. If you already working hard and you already meet the credentials, then hey, if you don't get the opportunity, that's just not the opportunity God had for you. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Work hard. At the end of the day, everybody in this life has to work hard. If you don't work hard, like, you don't work, you don't eat. So if you don't work hard, don't expect to have a great life. The more work you put into this life, the more you're going to get. The less work you put in, the less you're going to get. But yeah, man, it's been your boy Chat 'em out. Peace.